Week 5 is in the books. That's right. We are officially halfway done with this Texas high school football season. And man, was it a fun one tonight. We had a Hail Mary to end the Bobcats game that we're going to get to in a second. But before we do, let's get to the other members of the crew tonight. Of course, as always, we got James Bellini. James, the night's over. Words, man.
High school football. That's what it is. Craziness and all the... Crazy night in football, fun night in football, but it's football. That's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be fun.
Absolutely. It's hard to even put words on it, but a man that can do it, Chadwick, what do you think?
I'm excited right now. That was honestly the hands down the craziest ending to a high school football game I've ever seen in my life, and I've seen a lot of high school football, so... hats off to the Bobcats. Wow.
All right. Well, enough talking about it, guys. Let's go ahead and get into some highlights. Here is the Central Bobcat highlights. Bellini, you want to take this away?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and do it.
All right. Here we go.
This is the last few minutes of the game. This is KJ Long getting out to Harrison Heighton for a short score that put Wiley in front.
I think that put him up. I think we're going to get a look at it. I think it 54-49 at this point.
Okay, there we go. All right, and here's Tyler Hill taking the snap. And he's just going to run it in for another score. He had a heck of a game tonight on the ground. In the first half, he had over 200 yards rushing. So I wonder what his numbers are,
And this was a minute and a half left in this game, and we were thinking, oh my gosh, that's it. Central's won. All they got to do is play a little defense. But nonetheless, this was not going to be the end of it. Here we go.
All right.
Abilene Wiley Bulldogs are in Central's territory with only seconds left on the clock. Fakes the handoff, runs out right, makes one miss with a little shimmy, and gets in. This gave it only 19 seconds for the Bobcats to score. Do you think they're going to win? We're going to find out. James, break it down.
Here you go. Tyler Hill finds a guy across. Here's a hook and ladder play. It didn't quite go as far as you wanted to go, but there's 3 seconds left at this point.
Yeah, 3 seconds left at this point. Here it is. The play we've been talking about right here. Tyler Hill steps up, was going to get sacked, breaks out of it, comes back to the right side of the field, picks up the block, sets his feet, chunks it down there. Who's he going to find? None other than Ben Emler. Makes one miss, cuts it back to the other side of the field. 5, and he scores. Bobcats win on a Hail Mary pass right there. Oh my goodness. Chadwick, you were there live. You see their reaction, but explain it. How did it feel out there on the football field tonight?
Best way I can describe it is, by comparing it to college football. You see some of those games end insane every week. There's always upsets and whatnot. When David slays Goliath, you see crowds rush the field. You see that atmosphere where everyone's going nuts. And as a high school football atmosphere, you just don't expect that same level of energy. But, not only was the game ended on a Hail Mary, but it was also homecoming. So the stadium was packed. There were so many people there. The game was so back and forth that not a single person had left. And as soon as Ben Emler caught that ball, you could just feel, the emotions. It just felt like everyone held their breaths. And, he makes one man miss, and then he just takes off to the outside to get in the end zone, and the entire stadium erupted. Like I said, craziest ending to a high school football game I've ever seen. Congratulations to Coach Grain. Congratulations to the Bobcats. Wow. That's all I got to say is wow.
James, what about you? We were watching this, as the clips were coming in. What did you think whenever you saw this? I know we were like, there's no way. But then it happened. What were you thinking?
The Dallas Cowboy fan in me has always told me to expect disappointment, so you're never actually disappointed. So I was like, they let this game become a track meet again. I'm like, the Central going to come out on top. And then when KJ Long scored, the Wiley quarterback there at the end, I'm like, this is too big a hill to overcome. But Central did it. They shut me up. I will gladly admit I was wrong. I'll eat crow. I'll do whatever.
No
Look,
problem. I'll give some people some context in the back. I was like, this is it. Some things have been working out for me for football tonight. The football gods are my favor. I said, James, they're going to score on this last play. Just watch. And sure enough, they did. Chadwick, you were talking about the noise there and how loud it was. We got a message from a Joanna Leva. She had her Apple Watch out at the field, right? It gave her a notification that sound levels hit 95 decibels. That's pretty loud. I mean, that's like a whole stadium roaring at that point.
It's like Arrowhead.
That's what I'm talking about. Like that college football atmosphere. Like it was insane.
Yeah, absolutely. So one of the guys who thought it was also was at a loss for words almost was head coach Kevin Crane, and for him, here he is.
I'm here with head coach Kevin Crane after an amazing win. What a game and what a finish, coach. What emotions are going through your head right now?
I'm really speechless, to be honest. I mean, that was about as wild as I've ever seen, and to pull that off at the end, I mean, that's really just kind of a miracle play. And Tyler escaped all that, broke out and threw it, and Ben made the play. I mean, it's unbelievable.
It's got to be an incredible feeling watching your offense execute like it did tonight. Tyler Hill had over 250 yards on the ground, and then another 250, almost 300 through the air with that last pass. What did y'all know coming into this game? Like, did you think that you're going to have this much success?
I mean, you always hope for it, but you never know for sure. I think really our whole offense played good. We were able to establish the line of scrimmage, obviously with our offensive line, and then running backs ran hard, and then Tyler played really well as on top of that. So it was just an all-around good performance.
Following that interception, towards the end of the fourth quarter, did you say anything to your offense before they went back out there when they knew they had to go score again?
Yeah, just keep playing. Really that's all we could do is keep playing, and we kept playing till the end, and we've shown to do that every week, and I was very proud of them for it.
On the defensive side of the ball, it looked like the defense struggled a little bit more than usual tonight, containing a guy as athletic as that quarterback was. Y'all did come up with a couple key plays, though. Did you tell your guys just to keep working hard, or what was the game plan?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that quarterback is really good, and they up front, their offensive line is huge, and so we had a hard time getting off some blocks and putting some pressure on the quarterback, but when we did, he was able to escape and use his speed. But we just hung in there just enough to get it done.
Now, Coach, going into the bye week and getting ready for district, how important is this win tonight to keep y'all, above 500 going into district with this kind of momentum?
Oh, it's huge. I mean, it really is going to make a big difference, I believe. And that's something that we talked about as a coaching staff, how important this was to send us into the off week and into district play on a high note. And so, to pull it off like that is just unbelievable.
All right, guys, head coach Crane after a great win.
And what a win it was. Like, I'm still, shaking, I was just up in that press box, guys. Like, I was jumping up and down. I know the rest of the fans were as well. You always love to see guys when football teams, when they win like that, it is just such a crazy feeling. The endorphins are flowing. You're just, jumping up and down. You saw the big dog pile in the end zone, and that is a memory that they will always remember, right? Speaking of which, I did catch up two particular guys after the game who made that final play.
All right, guys, I'm here with Ben Imler and Tyler Hill. Incredible way to end the game, guys. How are y'all feeling right now?
Awesome. Amazing. It was something that nobody expected to happen. It was just kind of a do or die. Just throw it up and hoping for the best. So I'm glad we came down with it and ended up with the win. It was good for us and the team and our homecoming.
So first off, Tyler, how did you get out of that sack? I thought you were dead to rights.
I'm going to be honest, I thought I was too. I don't know how I did it, but I did it. It was tough, but I knew that once I had the run away to get around him, I did. It was able to throw it to Ben and him get in the end zone for it. So.
All right, Ben, and when you caught that ball, you froze for a sec. What were you thinking?
I didn't know my surroundings. I didn't know what was behind me. I had to catch it and get in there. So I went the other way. He must have feel and got in.
Oh, yeah, man. What a historic way to end the game. Y'all played great all night. Congratulations, guys. Enjoy the week off next week, and we're excited to see you in district, all right?
Thank you.
Thanks.
QB1 to QB2. That's how they did it at the Bobcats San Angelo Stadium tonight, as the Bobcats went on a Hail Mary play. 63-61 is the final score in that one. Guys, remember, this is brought to you by the Autoplex, where you can see the 2022 Dodge Challenger. This is going to be one of the last models of this Challenger you can get. They're going electric, so they're getting rid of them. So you might as well go down there to the Autoplex and get you one. Texas residents can get a 2.9% APR financing for 72 months. Plus, they can get $1,500 in bonus cash allowance when financed through Chrysler Capital. Go see the Autoplex at Sherwood Way in Southwest. All-American Chrysler SanAngelo.com is where you can find them online. But I promise you, if you have a trade-in or if you just want to get a new car, you know it is that time of the year where kids are turning 16. Go get them a Challenger, only at the Autoplex. All right. So, guys, moving on to our next game, I just want to go ahead and throw this one out there because we got two winners who are sitting with us today, and that would be me and Chadwick on this pick. Tonight, the Levelland Lobos and the Lakeview Chiefs played. We had the picks earlier. Everybody said it was Lakeview. Me, I was rocking with my alma mater, and that means the Levelland Lobos got the job done. Chadwick, I'm going to go to you first since you were on my winning team. What made you decide to go with the Lobos?
I'm not going to lie to you, Matt. You made a very convincing argument when you talked about just how much grit the Levelland Lobos had, even though they hadn't won a game in, almost an entire season. Like, you believed. So I was like, you know what? I believe. So I was a Levelland Lobo fan this week as well. All
right, well, James, maybe you learned a couple things and maybe not go against the Lobos, but I don't think it was the Lobos necessarily as much was the Chiefs. What did you see on the Chiefs' end that maybe put them on the losing side of this one, James?
We kind of heard at the end there was a little bit of jawing going on, maybe a little bit of extra security on the field. Attitude's a big deal when it comes to if you go in with the wrong attitude and you go in with that kind of a cocky attitude, and you're not mentally prepared well enough, you're going to have a tough game. You're going to fall into that trap, and that's exactly what happened. And then at the end of the game, extra security on the field, and
not a good look.
Yeah, not a good look. But hey, again, it's not a district game. So you're what, 3-2? All right, take the loss, learn from it, and move on.
One thing that did hurt the Chiefs tonight, and that was getting the snap off. That was one thing that the KLVT radio guy Michael Weiss was telling us. He said that they're having trouble with the snap, and that was what would actually cause the first touchdown for the Lobos. And then from then on, they ended up scoring another one. The game ended 17-0. They actually kicked a field goal in there. But for that, here's KLVT 12:30 a.m.'s Michael Weiss on the call.
Wide right, two wide left. This time Guillen to the left side. He pounds his way down to the one with Rusty Johnson, Ladarian Jordan, and Marco Guillen all in the backfield. 11 on the play clock. You got to hurry. Johnson under center. They'll just push him into the house. Touchdown Lobos. Two left, straight back to throw. Chiefs some time. Now flushed from the pocket, and down he goes. That's a sack. Two wide to the right, one wide to the left. Out of the shotgun, Salazar. Now the receiver moves just a little tighter. Salazar drops the snap. He's in trouble, and he is brought down by Austin Ellis. Austin Ellis swarms it down, as well as Rusty Johnson. Pardon me, 3rd down and 3 from the 44 with 3:46 to play. Two wide right, one left, and the slot to the right side is full. They'll go Guillen behind the block from Johnson, and he's across the 40, the 30. He's got the edge. 10-5, touchdown, Marco. Do it, Guillen.
And unfortunately, that touchdown didn't actually count at the end of the game. It got called back because of a personal foul, and then the personal fouls kept on rolling, so much so that the Levelland ISD felt the need to bring extra security out to keep these teams separately. It got chippy. It got kind of ghetto, kind of thug, in my opinion. We can't let that happen. We got to make sure that we keep our heads on straight, so we can't let that happen. But Chadwick, you saw a little bit of it. What did you think of that highlight?
When you usually have problems between a center and the quarterback with the snap, it's either because they haven't done enough reps together. Like I don't know the situation. I don't know if that was a new center in there. But usually when you have that kind of trouble, the center is usually getting blown up a little bit, like off the snap. Maybe he has to pull hard to the left or to the right to make a run block or something. But that's something that is easy fundamentals, right? Like that's something you can work on in practice. That is something that you can correct week to week. And as explosive as Lakeview's offense has been at times this season, I don't think they have anything to worry about. Just like maybe before or after practice for 15, 20 minutes every day next week. Let's just get that center of the quarterback in there and just get reps and reps and reps,
Yeah, you talk about center quarterback. I think that quarterback. I don't think he's gotten all the reps at quarterback this year. They had another quarterback in there earlier in the year. Another thing is, you have this really good running game. There's a couple plays that I just from our highlights that you didn't have any running backs. But you're in this like spread look, no running backs. Run the ball. That's your bread and butter this year. You've been running very well. Cortez and Ramirez both have outstanding numbers. And again, it's a pre-district game. Maybe you're just trying to throw different looks and try to see if anything else works out for you, and that's fine. But yeah, you got the short end on this one, and just learn from it and move on to next week or move on.
Yep, absolutely. And after this, it's the start of district, so things are about to be rolling for the Chiefs. They are 3-2, so that's a pretty good season for the Chiefs so far. I mean, they've been piling up wins in a hurry, so maybe they're going to carry this on a district. They do have a really hard district. They have, Estacado, Brownwood, Andrews, Greenwood, so
Big Spring,
the Big Spring as well. Yeah, so it's a full 5 or 6 man district. So gonna need to win some games to get in the playoffs, and hopefully that the Chiefs have learned a few things on the way to get them in there. All right, guys, I want to let you know that this is brought to you by Angelo Bolt. If you're like me, your girlfriend's always asking you to do things around the house, whether that be build some shelves or fix this or fix that. Well, when I need to do those kind of stuff, I go down to Angelo Bolt. They are San Angelo's #1 choice for industrial supplies since 1994. Not only do they have every kind of fastener or bolt or anything you need like that, but they also carry power tools and large manufacturing power tools such as DeWalt and Milwaukee. So go see those guys at Angelo Bolt today. Okay, guys, we're moving on to our next game, and this one we're going to go out to Midland. There's only one team in the Permian, in the Little Southwest Conference that is still undefeated. That was Permian going into this game, and just to let you know, they stuck it out, and they still are the undefeated team here. But they took on a good Abilene Cooper team who went to overtime with Central a few weeks ago, and the Cooper Wildcats definitely came out to score. This is at the beginning of the game here. Just a kick return to the house by the Abilene Cooper Wildcats. But Permian did not miss a beat. Boom. Throw it right there. Catch it right down the middle, up the sidelines, and that man is gone. Permian Panthers won big tonight. I think the final score of that one, if I remember right, I think it was around 50-28, 56-28, and this one. So Permian wins big against the Abilene Cooper Wildcats. Chadwick, when we're thinking, Little Southwest Conference, apparently now, with Midland Legacy losing like by 50 points tonight, it looks like Permian has that 1 seed. Looking like, if you're saying a pre-district, rankings, it looks like the Permian Panthers might be #1 in Little Southwest Conference.
Well, I mean, yeah, like they've played several opponents that have tested them, and they've shown up and played well for every single one. Now, as far as Legacy is concerned, I think the level of opponent they've played is a little bit more difficult than what Permian's played so far. But I mean, Permian has showed up to each one of these games. They've put it on them. They've pretty much scored. They like I said, they hung 50 on the Wildcats tonight. So going into it, yes, I would agree that Permian's the 1 seed, but don't count Legacy out at all.
Yeah. Well, to follow up with that, Permian played Amarillo Tascosa and won, but Legacy got beat by Tascosa pretty good tonight. I don't know if you saw the score for Midland Legacy tonight, but at halftime it was about 56-0. So let me see if I can find a final.
And Permian, they only had a 1-point game against Tascosa, so that was a straight up good ball game right there.
Absolutely. So if I'm looking at this, it looks like
they played Judson. I think it was 56-0 at one point.
Yeah, that was the score at halftime.
Yeah, let me take a look. I can.
Yeah, but either way, that was the Permian Panthers. They won 56-20.
Legacy actually.
What you got, James?
If that was maybe that, but it was they did lose Judson 60, Midland Legacy 50.
Okay, so they did come back, and they put a pretty good effort to come back.
A tale of two halves sounds like
absolutely.
Right there.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
56-0 to 60-50. Maybe the 2s came in and the 3s came in. I don't know. That's scary to me.
Like, honestly, that's one of those where a team gets far enough ahead, either their twos are in or, like, the ones just take their foot off the gas, right? Like, I've seen plenty of games watching as much Big 12 football as I have where the team that's losing, can score 28 straight and come back. For example, tonight, Abilene Wiley broke off 3 unanswered touchdowns, They were down by 14 with like 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter, ended up being up by 5 with less than 30 seconds to go, so...
Yeah, you never know. This is the game of football.
Or it might not even be taking your foot off it. It might just be giving up a touchdown and then not being able to, correct it in time to get back out when you get back out there. So, and, if your twos game went in or something and they started coming back and you had to put your ones in, it's a big momentum swing and it's, that's getting in dicey territory when you start doing that.
Absolutely. Okay, moving on to our next game, but before we do, go down to Edward Jones over there at 4102 South Jackson Street and ask for Davis Woodfin. He's a financial advisor, and he's making sense of your investing for you. He's a member of the SIPC. Give him a call at 325-249-0082. That's Davis Woodfin at Edward Jones at 325-249-0082. Guys, moving on to our next game. It was one that, it was kind of a toss-up who would win this one. And it was Sterling City, and they played. Let me see.
Ira Ann.
Yes, I'm pulling it up right now. Sterling City versus Ira Ann, and for that, here is Ernesto Rodriguez.
Good evening, everyone. We are here in Sterling City as the Ira Ann Braves have driven all the way over here to take on the Sterling City Eagles here at Eagle Stadium. Again, this is Sterling City, and we're looking at a really good game tonight. Both teams are 2-2. Even matched here, and this is a district game, so ultimately, as it is, I just want everybody to know where we're at. This is the opening here. As you can see, fans are still making their way to the stadium and just doing the pregame tailgate, so there we go. We're at the 5-yard line here in Sterling City. First and goal. And he gets it. He throws it into 22 for a touch. Should be 2nd and 11 here at the 12-yard line with 10:20 to go in the second quarter. Sterling City's already up 7-0 as they're trying to get another score here against Ira Ann Braves. Man in motion, pitches it back to number 2. Number 2 has it. He is going to make it right in for a touchdown. 13-0. Clock's running with under 6:50 here in the second quarter. It's 14-0, 3rd and 5. Ball is on the 9-yard line for the Sterling City Eagles inside Ira Ann territory. Trying to get a score here. So far, haven't had that many problems running the ball. Quarterback's under center, pitches it back here. He's got room if he can break it, and he comes in for another Sterling City touchdown. Number 4. 10 seconds here in the first half. Eagles are up 21-0 over the Ira Ann Braves. It's 3rd and 12. Ball's on the 15-yard line. And Sterling City is trying to get another score here right before the half. Quarterback drops back to throw. He still has it. Let's see if he gets his receiver. That's the deuce with the Sterling City touchdown. Here we are in Sterling City. It is halftime right now. Currently 18 minutes until the third quarter starts. The Eagles are up 28-0 over the Ira Ann Braves here at home. The crowd is excited. They're pretty happy. Their team is up currently 28-0. So you can see the halftime festivities. So far, it's been all Sterling City. And Ira Ann has not been able to do a whole lot. They were pretty much down this whole game, as you can see with the score. It's been a really great effort by Sterling City, just getting scores through the air. They're running it in. It's a really good game right now for the Sterling City fan. We'll see if the third quarter Ira Ann has any punch to come back, but that's from a stoppage in play with a little over 6 minutes here. 34-0, and Sterling City is on the, let's see here, with the, says the 24, but running back's got it, 14, and he takes it in. 4th and 10 here for the Braves at the 35-yard line of the Eagles. It is do or die. Either they convert, we continue, or they don't, and this game is over. If the Eagles stop him here, that should preserve the shutout. Steeman in shotgun. This looks like his favorite formation. Steeman drops back to throw. Hits his receiver, and his receiver is wrapped up. Doesn't look like he's got the first down. And it is stopped, so Eagle ball. And based on the amount of time here, and even though they have the timeouts, probably not going to use it, and this should wrap it up here if they just run the clock.
The Cougars.
All right, so that was Ernesto Rodriguez, and here's his full take as he talked to a little bit of the coaches and kind of figured out everything, and here's what he had to say to wrap up the game.
All right, there you have it, 0-0, 41-0 on the scoreboard. As you can see, it's all Eagles, and they pretty much dominated the Braves tonight. As you can see, it's time to say goodbye, and we are just wrapping up here in Sterling City for San Angelo Live. Just want to say it was all Sterling City. Iran could not answer at all this evening. It was a hard-fought game. They still stuck through. They tried to keep going, but unfortunately, they were just too far down. The mountain was too high to climb. But Sterling City did a really great job. Just every drive, they were able to get down, get in the end zone. Didn't punt at all. This was a really good game for Sterling City, as they're going to move to 3-2. And the Iran Braves are going to move to 2-3. It was a district game, so obviously this is important for both sides. Everyone showed up. As you can see, fans are heading out now on the Sterling City side. Iran still brought a few fans with them. And that's a wrap here from Sterling City. We appreciate you tuning in for San Angelo Live.
Thank you, Ernesto. Always a pleasure to have you at those games and giving that good insight. All right, guys, to wrap up the show, right before we end, we always do scores. But before that, we want to let you know that these scores tonight are brought to you by Double Dave's Pizza. Their pizza of the month is the Nashville Chicken. You can only get it until the end of September, so you better hurry. This Nashville Chicken pizza has a crispy thin crust, ranch, Nashville hot sauce, boneless wings, yes, boneless wings, red onion, cheddar, mozzarella, and to top it off, bread and butter pickles. That's right. Go see them at the Southwest Plaza Shopping Center at 3526 Knickerbocker Road, or give them a call at 325-947-3283. All right. As we always do, we ended with a little bit of scores, so let's take it over. We said this one just a second ago, Midland Legacy and Judson. Judson won that one 60-56, but a good comeback by the Midland Legacy Rebels. Early versus Burnett, look at that one. Final score 49-48. Burnett holds on to win 49-48. Trenton Paint Creek 53-48 Trent. Brady Cristobal 47-27 Brady. Rogers Johnson City 26-23 Rogers. Connolly and Brownwood, the Lions win 52-21. Freer and Stockdale 47-0 Stockdale. Water Valley and Wink 60-16 Wink. Roscoe Newhome 60-32 Newhome wins that one. Andrews and Lubbock High 64-14, a big blowout there for Andrews. Borden County Highland 47-34 and Sterling City Ira N 41-0.
All right, Sonora Harper. Sonora beat them 61-8. Big Springs Snyder. Big Springs won by 3, 27-24.
Oh, barn burner there.
All right, Odessa Permian versus Abilene Cooper 56-28 Panthers. Eden and Bronton. Bronton took that one, 52-25. Westbrook Garden City. Garden City won by 4 points, 46-42. Stanton TLCA. Stanton won 35-14. Cross Plains Meyer. Cross Plains won 45-20.
I think Cross Plains, they're still undefeated for the year, aren't they?
Yeah, they're playing good football up there. Midland Andrus, 74-14 Midland. This Midland team might be pretty good this year.
We'll see how that Bobcat
And
game
Miles,
goes.
Ozona, these were two young teams going at it. Ozona won 41-26. Mason Ballinger, Mason won 55-0. Kermit and Forsand, Kermit won 14-13.
Gotta love the Hornets.
Go Hornets.
Albany Comanche, 31-28 Comanche in that one. Junction and Grape Creek. Junction 21, Grape Creek 6. The Levelland Lobos tonight beat the Lakeview Chiefs. That's right, Levelland Lobos, Lobo loyalty. Go Lobos, 17-0, Levelland wins. Hamlin, Quanah, 14-12, Hamlin. Abilene TLCA versus City View, 49-0, Abilene TLCA falls. Grady Hermele, 62-14, Hermele wins that one. Blanket and Moran, 56-0, Blanket. Friendship and Cleveland. This was a close one here, 56-52. Friendship wins. Erie County, Rotan, 50-0. Erie County. Menard, Valor, South Austin, 45-0. Menard. Midland TLCA and El Dorado, we talked about this one a little bit earlier. This one got called. Midland TLCA is calling it quits for the season, so El Dorado gets the win. Sands, Lorraine, 60-15, Lorraine. Rankin, Van Hort, 88-39, Rankin. West Plains and Lubbock Estacado, the Matadors fall tonight, 35-14. Rising Star and Lon, these are a few games that may be tomorrow. And, of course, the one we've all been waiting for, Chadwick, I will let you say that one.
San Angelo Central defeats the Abilene Wiley Bulldogs on a Hail Mary as time expires, 63-61.
All right, and that was the scores for tonight. It's been a wild week 5. Before we go, though, we're going to get some final thoughts. Chadwick, I will start with you. Give me your final thoughts.
It's probably good.
First things first, I need to apologize to Abilene Cooper Nation.
I'll apologize too. That's my bad.
How dare you?
We called y'all the Wildcats a second ago.
Shame.
When I also played against the Abilene Cooper Cougars for like my entire high school career and stuff too. So I know y'all are the Cougars.
Yeah, he was very confused. I'm very sorry.
I just went with it. I was just like, okay. But anyway, congratulations to my San Angelo Central Bobcats tonight. Coach Kevin Crane, you've moved your team above 500. Y'all deserve this win. Defense did come up with a couple stops tonight. I'd like y'all to see a little bit more improvement in the secondary, but other than that, offense is rolling. That ground game looks hard to stop. The offense looks mean. The offensive line looks big and even meaner. I loved seeing the big boys up front just create those lanes for Tyler Hill and Javion Robinson, Aiden Barone, and Tyree Brawley to run through all night. Like it was great. Congratulations to Ben Imler. Remember this moment because you will remember it the rest of your life. Just cherish it, man. Enjoy this week. Again, we're going into the bye week for y'all, so work hard. I'm looking forward to district. That's it for me, guys.
Hey, Chadwick, who they got first in 2 weeks?
Midland
High?
Yes.
Right? Okay,
Midland High.
Yeah, that's what I thought, but I was just making sure.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. That was Chadwick. And now, James, what would you like to say for your final thought?
I feel bad for El Dorado seniors. You know, they lost the game. You know, that whole district, all those seniors, even Midland TLCA, they lost the game. Unlike these two, Kermit, I'm not sorry for messing up your mascot name. Kind of well-adjusted adults don't sit there and do what y'all did in the comments and send nasty emails like you did. But I got the same district or same record as El Dorado, so I don't know how they're having trouble here in y'all aren't, but whatever. Anyway, good job, Central. Miles is going to come out of this. You know, I know they lost tonight, but they're going to be okay. And yeah, let's hit the bye weeks and get into district play.
All right, and for my final thought, I would just like to say, you know, last night I went and I watched the Levelland Lobos in the JV game against the Lakeview Chiefs, and Lakeview Chiefs won. It gave me a little bit of scare coming into Friday when I had to do the picks. I had to rock with Levelland. I had to. That's my alma mater. And then I ended up picking them. I haven't won a game in 13 games, but guess what? That streak is over thanks to the Lakeview Chiefs. So thank you, Lakeview, for helping my alma mater out and breaking that losing streak of 13 games. They are now 1-3 for the season. So go Lobos. Other than that, you know, I would say that the Central Bobcats Hail Mary was probably one of the craziest games. One of the craziest plays in the whole game was one of the craziest games I've ever seen. So y'all go back and watch the tape and watch the highlights because it's definitely worth it. Before we go, guys, I just want to give one quick shout out again to at the Autoplex, because that's what this is brought to you by. And go see their 2022 Dodge Challenger, because Texas residents, we can get 2.9% APR financing for 72 months plus a $1,500 bonus cash allowance when you finance through Chrysler Capital. Go to the Autoplex at Sherwood Way and Southwest at All American, or visit them on allamericanchryslersanangelo.com. All right, guys, this has been another week of Cover 1. I'm Matt Trammell for Ryan Chadwick, James Bellini, for all of our stringers out there. We thank you for watching. Go ahead and replay this as many times as you want. Check our takes and see the videos and the scores and everything like that. Go to the scores page to get all the updated scores. Go to www.sanangelolive.com/scores. And, of course, you can check us out every Friday, 4, 8, and 10 o'clock for our pregame, halftime show, and postgame show. For everybody here at San Angelo Live, we thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.